Like, he's a really solid Pac-Man. But like we know Kepler's just gonna bring out the snake and he's gonna just play the snake completely.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, we might see me Gunner, we might see a switch. I don't know.
Honestly, like the way that this went last time is like, best of 5 me Gunner games, and like I'm pretty sure like, with this being effectively like, just a run back of winners finals, like I'm just sitting here and like trying to think like, okay, how's this going to go for like, everyone involved? Because like Kaleb is already like, coming out the gate like all cylinders burning, putting like Kepler at like 59%. But like, Kepler is also equally trying to keep up with him, like already putting Kaleb at 49. And so like these players are just really highly talented, both going back and forth, showing that they're the best of the business in our tournament in particular.
Oh, just outside that forward smash there. Both players very close on their first stock here. Kind of we're seeing like with earlier with Snake, I think he's a very heavy character, more than he puts out to be. So it's hard to say, but me Gunner does have a lot of kill power here, especially with that sneaky side B. So it just depends really who here gets a first good hit. Both players really are at kill percent.
Honestly, like, and with them both being at kill percent, this also means that like either way, like one really solidly confirmed hit from either one of them. Like one
just like that, the sneaky side B.
Yeah, like the stealth bomb is like by far one of Kaleb's best like kill tools on B Gunner, and it's one of those few tools that like when you see it come out, like you're not going to be expecting it because it's hard to already see as one side. Like you have to be ready to like see it when it comes out and have to be able to predict not only its speed but also where it's going to land. Because Kaleb can't stop it early and whip the attack entirely to like set up something else. So now with Kaleb sitting at like 149, like Kepler has like a lot of like
he's eating all this damage. Kaleb's getting all this extra credit. Still doesn't kill. 161 on me Gunner. Got 60% here on Kepler's second stock.
Yeah, and the further that Kaleb like builds up in percentage on Kepler, like the more in man advantage that he's going to be, and the harder it is for Kepler to come down.
And that's going to do it. 188 took that stock. Was that like a back air? Just the tip of that back air?
Yeah, but even then, like look at like where Kepler is sitting at, like 92, and like he may have done like the single stock, but he's already like back in like kill range for like Kaleb, and it's just like what option is he going to throw out, and when is he going to do it?
Yeah, I think both players here are just fishing for extra damage, but it looks like I think Kaleb's looking like he's trying to take the second stock.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Kaleb was trying to take the second stock because like whipping that up smash was definitely not something within the plan. Like I know for a fact he was aiming to like try and connect it at the very least.
Ooh, very smart play there, dropping that grenade. Just the air
just
dodge.
Barely missing like the stealth bombs like. And like Kepler doing a really fantastic air dodge, like right on the spot where it was.
Oh, there's a side B again.
Yeah, that stealth bomb is like by far the hardest thing to like predict on a me Gunner because like when it gets thrown out, it can pretty much mess up your entire game plan no matter where you are or what you're trying to do. Looks like Kepler is just like trying his best to like predict where Kaleb's going to land on the stage and like nail him with the Nikita missile.
What is that bomb? Is that his down special?
Which one?
That.
Oh, that bomb? Yeah, that's like the one Kaleb's on?
He's using it to stop his grenades.
Yeah, that's a drop bomb.
Yeah. All right, both players on their last stock here. 80% on Kepler.
Honestly, like if Kepler's able to bring this back, I would not be surprised. But at the same time, this is definitely like heavily in like Kaleb's favor.
This is very heavily in Kaleb's favor.
But like even then, like this is still not like down and out situation for Kepler because Kepler is known to bring these back. He is definitely able to bring him back and also show like what he's capable of doing in the grand finals. And stealth bomb just taking him right out.
Third stock.
Honestly speaking, like that's just something that we've just come to expect from Kaleb.
Updating the score here, getting ready for Game 2 of these grand finals here at Oak Smash Week 3. By the way, if you're in the area, come on out. We wanna. Locals are coming back. We're taking some precautions here, of course, but we'd love to have you out. as long as everyone's safe. And headed into game 2 here. Back to PS2. Both players here showing a pretty aggressive neutral.
Honestly, like, that's just kind of how these two players have been playing. Like, they play a really, really fast, like, neutral. That's just what they do. Like, they go back and forth constantly, like, throwing out, like, percentage and making sure that, like, you know, when they land a good hit, like, they follow up on it every time.
Oh, for sure.
And even if they don't land a good hit, if they land something good on shield and they think that their opponent's going to drop shield, they still go for it.
Seems like Kaleb sometimes, Kaleb is baiting him into basically getting him with that side B. That's such a strong move. I feel like that's one of his strongest moves.
Like, lining up the side B is probably like one of the few things that he has, and then, like, you know, because like you're going to be expecting things like, you know, the neutral B, maybe even like a smash attack, maybe even the drop bomb coming from the sky, but you're never going to be expecting something like, you know, a forward smash, or maybe even like the stealth bomb just from the center of the stage, or even off stage. So, like, you know, Kaleb always having like some tool and some option to just be able to handle whatever Kepler may be throwing at him. Like, it just shows that, like, you know, this is just like his execution of the character.
There's that first stock.
First stock going in Kaleb's favor, and, like, you know, he may be sitting at like 99% right now, but like that's nothing for Kaleb, because like whatever percentage he's able to get in this first stock is, like, you know, that's good percentage, and like that's definitely something he's going to be working with and trying his best to, like, you know, use to his advantage.
Wow, that was a great little setup there.
Already sitting at 80%, and like Kepler is already in like a major disadvantage territory, where it's like he could like pretty much go out with a single, like, you know, kill of any kind. Like, Snake is heavy, but even then, like, with all those like gear that he has that makes him heavy, like, he's still susceptible to pretty much any damage. And like, look at that, Kaleb's already put him at like 130.
That was a great B reverse. That was a great B reverse.
And now Kaleb's up 2 stocks, and like this is pretty much like, you know, a great position for him to be in, like where he can just like pretty much go ahead and like expect, like, hey, this is like Kaleb's game to effectively lose. Like, at this point, like, you know, Kepler has a gigantic mountain to climb.
Yeah, that side B, I think beats Snake. So if you ever ask me what side B is best, I think it's knee gunner side B wins.
Yeah, in regards to, like, you know, Nikita versus the like stealth bomb, like stealth bomb is not only faster than Nikita, but like the Nikita, like you stop Snake. It stops Snake like right in his tracks, and like in order for you to like cancel it, you have to more or less like just drop it wherever it is, and it just goes straight down. Like stealth bomb, wherever you stop it, it just explodes. And so, like, you know, when it comes to like speed and kill power, it probably has it, but like when it comes to, like, you know, versatility, I would definitely say like Nikita definitely works. So I think it's more matchup dependent than it is like, you know, which move is just outright better than the other.
Yeah.
But the way that Kaleb has definitely been using his like stealth bomb, he's definitely been showing that, like, you know, your Nikita might be good, but stealth bomb is pretty good too.
Yeah, Kaleb's fishing for this last kill here. And,
yeah, especially with like Kepler sitting at 126. He's got to play extremely carefully, because like if he doesn't, like that could just be like the end of his stock right there, and like that could already be game 2, and he'd have to fight like a 3-game like mountain to effectively come back at it.
Yeah, you can honestly just feel the tension here. Both players are really kind of scrambling here, but looks like yep, side B's gonna do it.
There goes another stealth bomb, just right off the side.
That's such a classic setup.
Honestly, I'm not surprised that, like, you know, Kaleb was able to really just like take that like however he really wanted to, because that's kind of things that he's more or less known for. He's just able to just like take like whatever advantage that he's able to get and just run with it. Like Brian was saying this earlier, if you give Kaleb that first stock, like that's pretty much it. Like, he pretty much takes that first stock, runs with it, and it's impossible to almost catch him back almost half the time.
Yep, game 3 here. Grand finals, best of 5.
So, kind of looking at the game, it's just like, trying to see, like, you know, what is Kepler's plan here? Like, I'm trying to see, like, what is he trying to do?
I think his plan is to cause damage, because Snake has a lot of good finishers. Especially the grab to sleep and up kill is a really good setup. I feel like it kills very early. It's also just a good setup in general, but
that also requires like Kaleb to also just like get grabbed. And, like
it requires getting grabbed.
Yeah, and the one big thing that Caleb's definitely good at is not getting grabbed. Like it's hard to grab him as is, and on top of that, when you play a projectile character, you're not going to be anywhere near.
Oh, that was a great up tilt.
Honestly though, Kepler taking this first stock definitely puts him in a good advantage thing. So like that's really good grounds for him to like start off. But like so Kepler's gonna definitely try and like fish for his first kill, try and bring it back, make it a little bit more even. But he's gonna also try and make sure that Kepler doesn't get any more damage on him in the meantime. Honestly, just watching these two just like bounce around, it seems like a bunch of fish in like a river. Like it literally just kind of looks like that sometimes. It's just like
it's very fast paced. It's definitely a strange. It's definitely a strange. I wouldn't say strange, but it's a very interesting meta, I guess, between two zoners, because you're constantly having to basically see who makes the mistake, and in this case, missing the air dodge, getting hit by the grenade, missing the shield, getting hit by the side B, the C4. These are all setups that.
Yeah, it's like you're a zoner. You have like 4 setups, and then like you're also fighting up against a zoner who also has 4 setups. So now you gotta set up your setup around their setup, and then have enough setup to follow for the south. You're following me, man?
You lost me at the first setup.
That's perfectly fine. But like
that was a great setup. Jumping over the C4, yeah.
But as we talk about setups, Kepler is going to go ahead and take Kaleb out on the second stack. Still hasn't lost his first one, and Kaleb is like definitely struggling to like confirm this kill. And like you can definitely tell like he feels comfortable in the matchup, but he's like just trying to figure out like where can he find the momentum to actually like bring it back. And like he's definitely trying his best to like make sure that Kaleb doesn't just like take this grand finals first game like at 3-0. Like he's just like saying, nah, that's not happening. Like, and Kepler is like definitely saying like this is his game to win.
Well, it's still alive at 185. Snake is definitely a heavy.
That is some excellent DI that came
I don't want people to tell me Snake isn't a heavy.
Like Snake isn't a. I can't say Snake isn't a heavy, but I'll also say that was also some excellent DI coming out from Kepler because
for sure.
If he did not DI there, he was more than likely dead.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So now Kaleb is now fishing for this kill. Now with Kepler sitting at 213%. You rarely ever see people get to 213 because by the time they're at this percent, everything kills.
That throw does not kill.
Okay. Never mind that.
There we go. Maybe up throw? I don't know.
Up throw might have killed. I know down throw wouldn't have.
Yeah, no, not
but, like, I said almost everything, didn't I? Alright, so now we have like, Kaleb's still down like 105% and a stock. But like, he's still able to bring this back. But even then, like, this is easily Kepler's game because like he's showing like really fantastic play, really fantastic like spacing, knowing like what moves to use where. Ooh. Was that a C4? Was that C4?
Yeah.
Oh man.
He was like, you baited me.
That's perfectly fine. But like at the same time, like the game that we've been seeing coming out from both Kepler and Kaleb all night, it's been fantastic. Like when you see one player just like excel at what they do, then you see the other player also excel at what they do, and then like when they just go back and forth, like just with everything that they're capable of, like you just see what they do in most cases and situations, and like you just look at this and you're like, holy crap. Like if you guys thought like high level play was impressive, like y'all ain't seen anything yet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, we're okay. So finally, a change of scenery. We're at Kalos this time.
Honestly, like Kaleb taking a couple of the Kalos, like that's something that like I wasn't going to expect. But at the same time, I guess it works better for like a lot of his different bomb setups because he has open space for like FD, but also has platforms he can work on for a lot more secure kill confirms.
Yeah, these are gonna be some the interesting platforms here. Will make for some interesting confirms, especially with the way these guys are playing. We're gonna see some like sneaky stuff off the side of these platforms for some early kills, I think.
Honestly speaking though, like with whatever kind of kills and whatever kinds of setups that they decide to go for, like you can tell like they're just going to try and do whatever they can. And honestly, like Kepler is definitely laying in a lot more damage on the Kaleb on this first stock, and being able to like get what he almost went for the spike and almost got it there, but Kaleb was just like a little bit too high for him.
C4 is gonna do it, yeah.
Where the hell was that C4 even planted? I didn't even see that get planted.
Yeah, this is a map where I think C4 kind of seems like it would blend in with the pixels on the platform.
Honestly though, but like C4 also has a very noticeable like distinguishable hitbox.
Yeah, you got so much flying around. That's one of the things with these donor battles is that they set each other up for those C4 traps. Or the down special trap. I don't even know what it's called for me gunner, but you can call it.
For downs, for it, like I said, it's literally just called drop bomb.
Drop bomb.
Like if I had another word for it, I would say like the setup. But like that's it.
That sounds like a horrible translation. Drop bomb.
Honestly, I don't think it's actually a horrible translation because that's all it does. Like it's a bomb you literally just drop on the ground, and if you aren't moving, like it gets just placed right in front of you. It doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't really bounce. It only does all those things if you drop it from the air. It's one of those few things that's like, when you use it, like, it just, like, works well.
Yeah.
Speaking of working well, like, Kaleb already putting Kepler at 130% and, like, almost killing him right off the side with, like, a neutral special. Like, you can tell, like, there's a lot of things, like, he's trying to just fish for in terms of kills. Kepler probably saw, like, an up smash coming out there and, like, Kaleb's definitely going to fish for it.
Ooh, Kaleb's not dead
So,
yet.
what was that? Nikita Missile versus Stealth Bomb?
Yep.
Yeah, so Stealth Bomb definitely wins in that trade because not only is it faster, it can confirm the kill much quicker.
Up tilt.
So Kepler's definitely saying, yeah, I'm not out of this just yet. You still gotta work for that win. And like 19% extra credit, like that wasn't really a lot, but it's still an advantage that he can work on. And now pushing it up to like 57, like, Kaleb's definitely making Kepler work with this. Like, what do you think, like, Kepler can definitely, like, press whatever advantage, like, he can?
I think he's, oh, wait, I think we're going to see something here.
Oh. We're
on the last stock here. This is either a Grand Finals reset or a Game 5. Or a Game 4.
So,
or wait.
I'm expecting, oh no, this is looking like Grand Finals reset.
I don't know.
Oh no.
Oh, I don't know. Snake's the heavy, don't forget.
Snake is the heavy, but this is also Kaleb's gunner we're talking about.
Yeah.
And like Kaleb's gunner can like sneak out a stealth bomb kill like when Kepler is least expecting it, and honestly, I would not be surprised.
One thing I want to note, these players are playing center very well. I said I was going to predict you're going to see some weird things off the platforms. A little bit like that, but
yeah, you see
not nearly as much as what I thought. Both players, they're centering towards the middle of the stage, and it's kind of just been a constant battle for that little circle in the middle of the stage.
Honestly, though, it's like I'm just like seeing like how like both players are actually just like playing around everything, and like you can definitely tell like Kepler is like just trying to keep himself alive while putting in much more damage on Kaleb, and Kaleb's just trying to find a kill.
Yeah, he's going for that C4 bomb, and I think he's...
It's because the up smash coming out from Kaleb, and that's going to be a bracket reset. Oh, man. Okay, so here we go again. Grand Finals, round 2.
Zona Grand Finals, round 2.
Okay. So... this is Grand Finals round 2, which is effectively, well, time for us to get comfy, because we're about to sit here for quite a hot second, because like we gotta watch another 3 games at minimum. And honestly speaking, like that's more Smash content for us, and more stuff I get to
more Smash content for you.
That's also true. And remember, if you guys wanted to come out to this tournament, you guys can come over to LFG in Royal Oaks, and you can just sign up for the tournament on Smash.gg. On Smash.gg/OakSmash, or just type in OakSmash.gg in your web browser, and you can come join us. So that's enough self-promotion. We're going to go ahead and get back into the game. Like, Kepler laying in 85% on Kaleb already? That was fast. Like, I kind of blinked and missed it.
Yeah, again, it's kind of, when it comes down to these players, the skill level they play at, it's who's going to catch who on their mistakes. I mean, you know, that can kind of be said for a lot of high-level play in general, not
even
just
if-
Smash, but
And even if there is like a minimum number of like mistakes made, like just playing more consistently is like one thing versus another. Like it seems like more often than not, like Caleb and like Kepler are constantly just like trading with each other, and even when they aren't trading with each other, they're just trying their best to just like hit one another as often as possible.
yeah, we see some C4 traps getting set up here by Snake. Is this gonna be up tilt? Oh,
He tried, but
he
Caleb
went
definitely
for the roll
read.
read, but just missed it.
Ooh, the back air is definitely going to give
Okay.
Kepler that first thing. So remember, like it doesn't matter who wins in this game. Whoever wins this wins the tournament. Oh man, like this is definitely like one of those situations where it's just like you watch and like you see like how they're playing and how much like they're playing. And like you can definitely see like Caleb's definitely trying to go for some type of kill option to like get Kepler down on stocks. And Kepler is just trying to maintain his momentum, and down tilt just going to take him right off the top of the stage.
Yeah, down tilt's gonna take it there. Snake's first stock, but got a lot of extra credit on Caleb, 80%.
Yeah, 80% is definitely nothing to sneeze at either.
No, especially with Me Gunner being lighter, in my opinion, than Snake.
So now we kind of just have the question, like at what, like where does like Caleb try to like turn this around? Like where can he like press more of his advantage? See how much more advantage he can actually press and win. And like when he drops C4 just into an instant explosion as soon as the shield drop. Like now Caleb's on his last stock and like he barely got anything out in like even like trades against Kepler. And like now with Kepler only at like 2% like Caleb just has so much ground that he has to now make up.
Yeah, he's down a whole stock and up some percentage. He's gonna need a lot of work here, and there's gonna be a lot of work here he needs to catch up on. But he does have a chance to bring it back. So,
honestly, those like Kepler's like reading a lot of like Caleb's options and like seeing, okay, if you're gonna go for this, I'm just going to go ahead and like set up an option that lets me cover all of your options.
but he keeps that C4 in his back pocket as like a backup.
Like he keeps the C4 placed somewhere on the stage until like Caleb ends up either A, running over it and it sticks to him, or B, like he just detonates it and then like replaces it so Caleb doesn't know where it is then. Because like as long as Caleb pays attention,
He's got a bomb on him. Oh, he shielded for it. Yeah, that's a really sneaky. Ooh, up tilt on the top platform. That was a good one.
Okay, so looks like we're going into the first round of bracket reset grand finals. With Kepler being at 1. Jeez, like I'll be real with you, man. Like grand finals is exciting to watch. Grand finals bracket resets are also exciting to watch, but it can be exhausting.
Yeah,
And on top of that, it's like it's a question of like mental fortitude, not just for the players, but sometimes even for the staff.
oh, and I think we talked about this before. A lot of these finals, it kind of just turns to who has the stamina. The stamina to continue. At this level of play. With trying to avoid everything, and it's a lot of work. I mean, I think a lot of it comes down to how long you can just stay in the fight.
Yeah, it's like if you can like sit down and just like play game after game after game and perform equally as well in every single game, like you can just like take it away at a tournament like this. And at the same time, that's what both these players have shown. Like the entire time that they've been playing, they have not let up on their skill, their approaches, like how they play the game, and like they have not like lightened up in any way, shape, or form. Like there might be some like slight mistakes like every so often, but at the same time, neither player is showing like any type of like give on either end. And honestly speaking, like I'm just sitting here and watching this like fantastic showcase.
Oh, definitely. And both players here have a lot of damage. And that first shot goes to Caleb, just as I was about to say it.
Yeah, like Kepler, like taking that first stock off of Caleb and only getting like 100 and 106% off of him, like it's one thing. And Caleb looks like he almost had like a good setup on him, like to get him out of there, like make it so like that first strike they got was not really worth much, but he wasn't really able to confirm anything there. And now that we see like Caleb's definitely fishing for those kills. He's like definitely trying to like find a way to confirm whatever kill he can on the Kepler. And Kepler is just like out here trading every option that he has against Caleb and making him like either realize, oh, I'm not going to like trade, or I'm going to make you not trade, or I'm not going to like have this option as an option for you to fight against.
Oh yeah, and really it's like, I don't know. I think Snake has a lot of options. I really do like the remote bomb capability. I really think that adds a lot to that character because he's, what I just say. He was able to stick a bomb to Caleb and waited for a shield drop and took that stop. So
honestly, like the C4 I think is like the biggest of like Kepler's strengths as Snake against like Caleb's Mii Gunner in particular.
Mii Gunner probably has some better frame data, perhaps. He's got some, but I do think Snake has some like really good setups, and that's kind of what I think what makes the magic happen between these two characters is that.
That's fair. At the same time, though, it's like you see like Snake versus Mii Gunner, and like you would immediately think, oh yeah, no one plays Mii Gunner, so yeah, this is definitely a Snake matchup. But when you see like Caleb play, ooh, was that Kepler using the C4 to try and kill Caleb, but instead killing himself?
So. Yep.
Well, even then, like this is actually works really great for Caleb, because now with Caleb now out of like last stock territory for him alone, this means that like Kepler now has to play significantly safer instead. He maybe has stock advantage, and he might go for more riskier stuff to try and confirm the kill. But the more riskier stuff he tries to go for to like confirm the kill, the more it opens him up to make sure that like Caleb's able to bring this back.
Oh yeah, we're definitely seeing some of what. Missed for a little bit of action there. Both players.
Like what ended up happening is like Caleb was like, I'm gonna just run at you, and then like Kepler was like, well, I'm gonna up tilt, and then like Caleb went through. And
I saw that. I saw the grab animation.
And honestly, like first match, Kepler being up 2. Now it's only one more. No, this only means that like Kepler either has one more game, or Caleb has to win in a reverse sweep of 3.
Yeah.
And I'll be real with you, like this is an uphill battle for Caleb, and even then, like this has been a fantastic showing for both players, and like this is definitely like pushing like the limits of like who's going to be the best of the best in our tournament today.
Yep.
So we're taking it back to PS2.
Okay. PS2. What is this, number 5 or 6? This set?
Look, I don't know. I stopped keeping track of the number of PS2s I've been looking at since last week, because last week we saw so many like PS2 just show up, just like it was kind of insane.
This is number 4, I think. It was PS2 Kalos, PS2 Smashville.
So that would actually make this 5, because we got a PS2 like 4 times already.
Yeah, perhaps.
Either way, am I
really aggressive neutral all of a sudden. Both players are going in for some.
Yeah, because like if you don't play aggressively, if you don't play to like get percent, like the more safer you play, like you can play safe and get damage on them, but like if you don't take risk and press your advantage as fast as possible, like you can almost see like a completely shifted like Caleb in like this entire matchup. Like he's playing way faster, way more aggressive, and like not using nearly as many setups with like a lot of his like range tools as he normally does. Like instead he's just going for outright just raw damage and being up in your face. And honestly, it's working.
I think it was working for him. The last set, and then they slowed it down a little bit. I think Snake wins some certain neutrals just because of his setups, but I think Snake wins the matchup if you play slow. Yeah. But if you play faster, then Snake can play better. But I think that's because Mii Gunner has some quicker attacks that come out. In general, I mean, I think Snake has some long multi-hit moves and has got some good setups. But I think Mii Gunner, especially with that side B, what is that called anyway?
Stealth bomb.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's quite literally just called stealth bomb.
We have the drop bomb and we have the stealth bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, Nintendo's not really known for their naming conventions. I mean, have you seen the new Nintendo 3DS?
Oh yeah.
XL.
Oh, I know. There's the new 3DS. Yeah.
Like, I would not be surprised like if they made a new Nintendo Switch and called it the new Nintendo Switch.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, calling it a Pro kind of goes out of their naming convention unless they call it the Pro Controller.
Right.
Which means if they come out with another Pro Controller, will it be the Pro 2 Controller? I don't know.
Honestly though, either way though, like Kepler taking this first stock already, like, you know, he's showing like, you know, he's meaning business. But at the same time, Caleb responds by taking the stock immediately back before he can really gain any kind of extra credit out.
And there it was.
And then like, yo, what was that? Was that double?
That was some double forward air. Yeah, that was
Was that double forward? No,
was that
was
neutral air? That was a neutral air, wasn't it?
Wait, was it like, you know, 3 kicks downward?
Then that was the down air.
Yeah, that's down. That's down air. Like, there's, cause like, yo, like,
Snake's down air is a lot like Pac-Man's down air, I think, isn't it?
Very similar.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you know, it's multi-hit and it doesn't exactly like launch downwards.
Speaking of Pac-Man,
why haven't we seen it?
Yeah.
Like, I think the reason for it is probably because like the Pac-Man beat Snake matchup is probably a lot harder than the Pac-Man than the Mii Gunner versus.
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with some of the moves that Mii Gunner has. I think he's just really quick.
And on top of that, like, you know, Pac-Man has a lot of items. Snake has more. Mii Gunner has a lot of items. Snake has almost equal.
Yeah.
If not, still more.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like, you know, Caleb's definitely been showing, like, ooh, that whipped up smash almost cost him. That whipped up smash almost cost him so much there.
Yeah.
So, looking at, like, how Caleb is going to go about this, it seems like he's trying his best to just, like, find a good way to just confirm whatever kill they can and, like, lay on whatever damage he's able to. You know, that's perfectly fine. At the same time, like, you know, you have to be able to, like, throw in whatever you can at any time that you can. And he's trying to just, like, cover as many options as possible. And with him sitting at, like, you know, 158%, like, if Caleb is able to take one stock at the very least, like, he's able to, like, start trying to bring this back to the best of his ability. And even if he can't, up tilt, nice up tilt. So now Caleb is in the extra catch territory. Like, whatever extra damage he's able to get just goes towards the next stock that he gets. And like at the same time, like, you know, any damage he's able to lay in, like, we know it's going to be a lot of damage.
Get some extra credit here from Caleb. He's fishing for some more damage from across the stage. This is that neutral game that we saw earlier. It was so slow. And Snake has some tools. Snake has some tools to play this slow game the right way. So,
but even then, like, you know, 37% of like extra credit coming out from Caleb, and then furthering it with like 93.
Almost with the stealth bomb there.
He almost confirmed it, but like, you know, a good eye from Kepler to realize, oh snap! If I didn't DI correctly, like that was it. And honestly speaking, like, you know, the way that like Kepler's been playing this, like he's been playing this very smart. He's been keeping an eye on like Caleb and any of his projectiles. Ooh, but he dropped his shield too early. Okay, so now Kepler's in like very dangerous territory. He's got rage, but at the same time,
there we go.
Yep,
that takes it.
His up smash taking him right on top of the stage.
We are game 4.
All right, so now we head into game 4 where Caleb is down, where Kepler is up 2, but Caleb is bringing it back with one game, and like, you know, it's now Kepler's like stage pick, and honestly, like the fact that these guys have like the amount of stamina to just be able to play this game at this level after not 1, not 2, but 3 sets.
Yeah, like, this is the third time technically the third time they would have met.
This is the third time they've played against each other technically, but this is like, because they played against each other in winners finals, and then they played against each other again in grand finals, and now on bracket reset grand finals.
Yep. So it's technically like a third set here.
All right, so going into game 4 of bracket reset grand finals. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, Zoner grand final.
Like, I'll be real with you, like, that just sounds like an anime title. Like, the longest, like some long anime title that doesn't need to actually have that title as an anime. But even then, like, Caleb's going to go ahead and like, like take a slight lead up against Kepler, but even then Kepler's not far behind it. This is still equal footing for both players because they're still roughly about the same. Just it looks like they're just, you know, trying to figure out like, where they're going, and like Kaleb's just trying to charge up more of like that neutral beam for him, like that way, like, you know, it can cover more ground than like a lesser charge. Also using his like forward air as a like movement. So I've noticed that.
That's a B reverse.
That's like a B reverse. No, like
if you B reverse your momentum, you actually switch your whole entire momentum going backwards. So he's like,
yeah, he's using his forward air.
Oh yeah, forward air, yeah.
Like Kaleb uses forward air just to like
to move, yeah.
Just for like movement alone. And honestly, like it's one of the coolest movement techs I've seen in the game, and he utilizes it all the time.
Oh, I love it. Oh wow. Oh, into the up that conversion coming from that was a great conversion.
So Kepler taking the lead here is definitely going to be like, you know, great for like some mental fortification. Because like he's able to play a little bit slower, like, you know, aim for more like, you know, extra credit, just like give him a lot more damage in while he can. And like Kaleb just has to find a way to confirm this like stuff on Kepler before he gets too much percentage on it. Because like, you know, another like 49%, like he's going to be at the same percentage that Kepler is currently sitting at right now. And Kepler is just doing a great job of just applying much more pressure than like Kaleb's actually able to like handle right now.
Ooh, just missing that stealth bomb there. Interesting, he didn't go for an up air there. I was kind of expecting an up air there. Probably would have taken that stock.
That's true, but like you can now see that Kepler's now starting to try and fish for some kill sprint, and you know, missing the tech, like Kaleb's going to go ahead and kill with the stealth bomb just right off the side.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell, like, you know, Kaleb's definitely trying to get back to stage and like, you know, cover whatever options that he possibly can. But like at 143%, like it's only a matter of time before his stock goes, and so he just has to do as much damage as commentator's curse.
Yep, commentator's curse. I said it earlier.
Like I said it as it happened. So you know, we'll take credit for that one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So now Kaleb's down pretty much, you know, down one stock, and now if he loses here, that's it. That's the end of the tournament. Like Kepler wins no matter what. But if he's able to bring it back in these last two stocks, we go to game 5, and then at that point, it's anybody's game. So now just trying to figure out, like, you know, what is Kaleb's game plan here? Like, it's clear that, like, you know, rack up as much damage and confirm with one of his many different kill options, but at the same time, like,
we're seeing that slow neutral again.
Yeah, we definitely see, like, you know, Kepler slowed down the neutral from what, like, Kaleb was normally used to. So we can definitely tell, like, you know, this isn't something that he's used to, like, playing out this. And up tilt to take it right off the top. Kepler winning out the final match of the day.
Good games, you guys.
GG's all around, and honestly, that was a fantastic showcase from what I was able to see.